What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. And today I am proving a very valid point while giving you an absolutely mental video on this Porsche Cayenne Coupe. The perfect spec, real top of the class SUV. Not one for the Porsche heads necessarily, but if you like Porsche fanatic, you know, like the 911 manual straight six kind of guys, but it's a Porsche. This is more about the luxury, the refinement, the build quality of just an absolutely amazing car. On the same vein, I'm going to prove the point that I was talking about in my previous video about why now is the best time to sell. So yeah, let's get into this, man. Let's go. Right then, so let's get into this, man. I flipping love this car. So the color, as some of you may or may not know, is called crayon. This is pretty much the most sought after color. Whenever I get asked about a Porsche, this is the one. This is pretty much not even just the color, the spec that people are asking for. They want crayon with black wheels, black trims, sport design pack. It's just everything. It's everything that the car needs. So yeah, if we go from the outside in. So you've got the sport design wheels here in jet black, 22s, and look at the size of the brakes. They are absolutely ridiculous. And then also we've got color-coded black wing mirrors, black door handles all around. We've got obviously the black trim around the windows, and then if we go around the back, we've got the sport tailpipes, debadged, so it just says Porsche. Don't know which model it is. Speaking of models, this is just a standard Cayenne Coupe. It's not the S, because, well, we'll get into that in a minute. It's just the entire car is just perfect. Like, everyone wants that SUV coupe kind of look. And yeah, I'll give it to BMW. They were the first ones to do it with the X6. However, this is, you know, if you're gonna spend that money, you might as well go and get a Porsche. They're virtually the same price. Trust me, I've run the numbers. Speaking of numbers, let's jump inside so I can actually take this for a spin and give you some more information. Oh, before we go actually, 3-litre engine, 0 to 60, 4.9 seconds. If you go for a GTS, you can take a second off that, and I bet that is absolutely harrowing. But yeah, let's jump inside, let's have a look at this stuff. Open up the door, it's a little bit messy because I've got my equipment in there, but you know what it is, it's a James CF10 video. So following through on the inside, we've got black trim, Porsche luxury leather. Zoom out a little bit, and look at the pan roof from the inside. I got windows in my house that aren't even that big, and the roof line actually in the back, you've actually got a lot more space than it looks. I'll show you. So look, like my head is genuinely, I know my hair is kind of high at the moment, but my head is here. But I've got so much space. Like, you could go over a bump pretty hard and yeah, you'd be fine. I've got a ton of leg room. We've got the 2+1 seating option as well, because you can actually get this as a 4-seater option. But yeah, anyone with any sense is going to get the 5-seater option because it increases the sought afterness of the car. We've got dual USB-Cs, charging point, little resting. See how much leg room I've got? Like, this is me sat normally. I've got all this space and all this space as well. It just feels like there's just a vast amount of room. We've got Bose surround sound as well. Got some lights up here, hooks for your shirts. And look at the profile of the car, it's unreal. Right then, let's take this for a spin and have a little chat at the same time. So first things first, obviously I've driven this car here. It just feels like some sort of land yacht. It is extremely smooth, and this is what I was mentioning earlier about it not necessarily being one for the Porsche like petrol heads. However, if you are a person that wants a luxury car which feels and sounds like there's no engine, but also feels as if it's been built by the finest craftsman money can buy, then you're in the right place. Like, this really is it. The entertainment screen is unbelievable, super intuitive. It's just everything just looks great. Like, everything looks very high quality, down to like where the displays are for the temperature, it's just a really nice quality LCD rather than some of the cheap ones you get in other cars. The navigation screen, like I said, is really intuitive. It even like, the screen itself will show just a map, right? And then you move your hand close to it and all these options come in. So it's like, okay, right, so there's some sort of like movement and motion sensor within this system somewhere, which is really picking up what's going on. What else have we got? Like I said, Bose surround sound, which is a great extra to have. And on that subject of extras, if you are going to buy a Porsche, if you've been to the showrooms or if you've been on the website to configure a car, you'll know that everything with Porsche is an option. There's nothing they give you for free. Like, actually, on this model, you get like a pan roof for free, which is nice, and they give you a reverse camera. But, you know, God forbid you want heated seats or memory seats or ambient lighting, you know, things which you get in like a Golf or a Mercedes A-Class for free, they're charging you thousands of pounds for. You know, you can go with the basic wheels, which are like 19s or 20s, but they look horrible. The paint options, black and white, I believe are free. And then all the other ones are more expensive, which is pretty typical. Folding mirrors is an extra. It's like, come on guys, yo, do us a favor. You're spending 70, 80, 90, 100,000 pounds on a car, and it's not coming with these basic stuff, like, which, you know, like I said, Golfs have. But it is what it is. Because of that, that means that no two Porsches are the same, because you can easily go on the website, spec a car up, and without adding any silly options, you're spending 20, 30,000 pounds on extras, that's a lot of money. And it really bumps up the price of the finance, because obviously a lot of people do finance their cars. You know, if you're putting in a £10,000 deposit on a car that has £20,000 worth of extras, then instantly you're 10 grand down, aren't you? However, Porsche know this, and they have a really clever trick with their finance system where the balloon payment is calculated on a base spec car. So let's say the car's £70,000 and after 4 years the balloon payment's 30. That's based on a standard spec Porsche. Whereas no one has a standard spec Porsche. Everyone's gonna spend, you know, upwards of £10,000 on extras. So you can get away with a little bit less, but then you'll be compromising on little things like maybe like memory electric seats, you know, stuff like that. Or the Sport Chrono Pack, which is nice, that'll up the 0 to 60 time. So when it comes to part exchange time or selling time or end of contract time, you're nearly always in a really good position. That paired with the fact that they do barely any discount means that the market within Porsche is a real high demand, low supply situation, which is great when you come in to sell the car. It's not so great when you're buying it, because you're not really ever getting like a crazy deal on a Porsche. But this goes back to the point I was trying to make in my previous video about why now is the perfect time to sell, especially for Porsche. There's a 6-month lead time on these things at the moment, which is crazy, but understandable, again, with the stock issues, but it is insane. Because of this whole situation of 6-month lead times and no cars coming in, everyone being forced to buy used cars, the used cars price with Porsche was already high, whereas now it's gone through the roof. For example, this car that I'm driving right now is a friend, customer of mine, best mortgage advisor in Cardiff in the UK. So if you're looking for a mortgage, I'll put his details in the description. He spec'd this car up absolutely perfectly. It's ideal, perfect color combination, the right amount of extras without being silly, kept everything just so. So now when it's time to sell, this car is, well, one, he's going to get a load of money back, which is a nice bonus because the value of the car is up in the air and the settlement figure is pretty decent. More so, when Porsche get this back, like they were fighting for this car. There's a couple of dealers that really wanted this within their stock system because they know they'll get it in, give it a valet, and it's ready to go. It doesn't need any work. They'll put 10 grand on top of it and sell it within a week, for sure. So everyone is a winner in this situation. You've got a guy who's going to get some money back to put towards the next car, which, by the way, is going to be nuts and will be on the channel. Very rare color combination car with a very big engine. It's going to be a good one for the channel for sure. But back to this situation, it's great news all round. Porsche getting a car which they love and will sell nearly immediately, and then the customer's getting some money back. You can't really say fairer than that. That's what they were promised at the beginning of the deal, and it's actually come to fruition, which is great, because you know what car salesmen are like. They'll talk. You're going to get a load of money back. You can sell this to us. I'll buy it back off you whenever you like. And when it comes down to it, you're always in negative equity and you end up having to spend more money. Back to the car though. I absolutely love this thing. Absolutely love it. In fact, I'm going to get some space and let's see what this thing does, because I've driven some Porsches in my time, but I've never driven a Cayenne Coupe. So let's knock it into some sort of sport mode. Let's have a look at the suspension options. We've got stiff suspension, sporty. You also get like this haptic feedback, which is really nice whenever you press a button. So yeah, we're banging sport mode on the steering wheel, sport plus even. Let's see what it's about. Let's see what this thing does. Make sure there's no police, no speed cameras, and let's go. Oh my God. Yeah, that kick, oh my God. That kick, it's the second, third gear. I don't know which one it was, but yo, that took off. I was not expecting that at all. I thought, oh, you know, it's going to be a bit, you know, Porsche-like in the sense of the refinement, but yeah, it's still a Porsche. It's definitely still a Porsche. Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. I can see myself in one of these. I just need to earn a shitload more money. But we will get there. Hit that like button, subscribe. Help me get a Porsche, please. It's got flappy paddles. I've got a really cool display in front of me. It's kind of, it's a crossover between old and new. So we've got like digital dashes on either side of the main the revometer. Oh my God. It's not a speedometer, is it? Because it's not, it is displaying the speed underneath, but it's for the revs.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
But yeah, we've got digital screens either side. You can have navigation on one side, music on the other, temperature. It's kind of laid out in the same way that the old school Porsches were, where you have the 5 dials spread across. And then, like I said, you've got this big entertainment screen here, some digital displays down here, all very nice and responsive. It just feels really solid. It doesn't feel like there's a wobbling panel in here. It doesn't feel like there ever will be either. The gear changes they're quick as well. Yeah, it doesn't, I don't know, maybe because I'm in here, you can't really hear it too much, which I kind of guess is what you want. You know, you've got the S, you've got the GTS, and you've got like the sports exhaust system rather than the sports tailpipes that you can get, which will obviously turn the noise into something else. Let's wind down the window and see how this thing sounds. Yeah, it's decent. It is decent. Yeah, I can't lie. Not the loudest car in the world, but I don't think you buy it to be the loudest car in the world anyway. Yeah, it's a proper boat, man. But it doesn't feel like it's wallowing. It feels like the steering wheel is definitely connected to the wheels. But maybe this is because it's in Sport Plus mode. And I've gone down a flipping road where there's a skip being unloaded and there's barely anywhere for me to turn around. Right, what are we gonna do here? Technical difficulties. Now, unfortunately, I have to go and give this car back. But I've got to say, this is one of, if not the top 4x4s that I've ever driven. Extremely smooth, plenty of power, very well spec'd, albeit that you have to spend quite a lot of money on it. However, when you are spending the money, it's a safe bet. You know, you're never going to be losing out tremendous amounts. I don't think you're ever really going to be losing out with the way that Porsche structure their deals. Yeah, it's just a great car, and I really don't want to give it back. But hey, if you like the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. There'll be plenty of pictures of this car on my Instagram, so make sure you head over there too. Check in next week. We got something a little bit weird and wonderful coming in, like almost like the complete polar opposite of this one. But it will definitely be one that you'll like watching. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, big shout out to Jody for letting me actually borrow the car for a couple of hours. Look forward to seeing you next one. And yeah, I'll definitely be on the channel too, so make sure you don't miss it.